I don't see anybody. Check that door again. I thought I heard movement. Anybody inside? Is anybody inside?
That was an Impala. Them Impala's slow. It's always somebody trying to run the Impala.
Hello? Am I hearing someone there?
I like somebody in the truck.
Is there anybody in there?
I'm ready.
353, I got somebody in the vehicle. I can't tell if it's in the trunk. I need rescue here now.
I think it might be the dog.
Stand by, it might be the dog. Stand by. Is anybody in there?
Is that the dog? Man, that dog sounds like a person.
Is that you pulling the
Was your
jacket?
dog just moaning?
Hey, is that you pulling a jacket?
Jacket.
All right.
That's me pulling the. I don't see anybody.
Can't tell if the dog was moaning or what.
Is that you pulling the jacket? Hey, is that you pulling a jacket? All right. I don't see anybody either. Reeks of weed.
2245.
All right, you want the dog?
Yeah. Make sure it's clear on this side first.
Grab the dog.
Looking at the significant amount of damage to the driver's compartment of the flipped vehicle, it is a miracle that the driver is breathing at all. However, to everyone's surprise, in the short amount of time it took for the car to flip over and for the police officer to arrive at the scene, the suspect was able to escape the vehicle and run away into a nearby field. In this situation, the K9 unit will be put to use.
364, sure. Okay. Following the cell. Copy. So far, no cell.
No, I don't think there's anybody in there. He ran this way. So give me another guy with me. Good. Check. Hey, somebody else coming with me or what? Check. Yeah.
39302.
Good.
All right, are you coordinating a search for this driver?
Yeah, I got two others with me right now. We're tracking through the snow going north.
Look, it's just one thing I want to know. How did he flip the car and then have enough time to get out the car, run away, do all this before the police even seen him? So he had to have a little distance on the officer, but still.
Right, I think it was just a dog one. I don't think there's anything in the vehicle. Okay. I'm going to put you in charge of coordinating this team. What are you using cars to shut down traffic?
Wait.
I need cars blocking east
Stop right here.
east.
Where's the
Just
track?
past east, around the
Right here. Good.
Everything else should be fine. Copy. 373 southwestbound traffic at 136 Avenue. 359 divert traffic down MD from speed. 359. 373 copy. 329 Sheriff, I'm here at 353.
You guys track still?
Yep. Stand, stay.
358, I'm 1016.
Stay. Stand, stay. 302, get me cars going to the north on MB. We're about
2 houses
That
up.
dog name
3
Stan.
houses north already. Give me a bunch of cars going to the north on MB.
294, I'm coming south on MB right now from 50.
Okay, right here.
359, I'm
You
going
go
north
left.
from 50. You got the route.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna go this way.
358, I'm going north.
Alright, so the last track is right there. See if there's any tracks going to the right without stepping on stuff.
344 Walworth tonight, we're going on 67.
Look at a fence.
Huh?
There's a fence.
Yeah, I see that.
We got no tracks over here.
Check 353.
353.
Rescue the asset is okay for them to come in.
Yeah.
10-4, yeah, we'll be here, so take it out.
Yeah. Show me! Show your hands! Let him dog in there! Where's your hand? Where's he at, bro? Right in the tree. Hey, don't go on that side. Crossfire. Alright, hey, I'm pushing right. Right in the tree.
I hear in the tree.
You got him? 302, I got him here. We're just give me a minute here. Hold the channel. How did it have to come out this way here?
You should at least try to climb.
Go to this guy to your right, right here. Walk to the guy over here. I'm sending the dog in. You have one chance, or I'm sending the dog in. Do it now.
He's in the tree.
Walk to this guy right here. Do it now, or I'm sending him in. You got in there. You can get out.
Where are we at? Are we on the ground? This body cam is terrible.
I said that. Good boy. Right here. That's a good boy.
Okay, yeah, we on the ground. For a fact, we on the ground.
Sure.
And he just hiding in a tree on the ground. Until if he's in the tree or not.
You have anything else on you?
Hey, you got lethal? I got lethal, bro. You want to call him? That's a good boy. Yeah. Dude, I was so close to just letting him roll that bush like he wanted to. You are so lucky, dude. You were about 2 feet away from getting bit. Here, let me get my gun. 302, one in custody.
You need?
Happy.
Stand up.
Check out next question. I'm not open. 2250.
Yeah.
353, 302. Is there any injuries on him?
Hey,
You hurt at all? Yeah.
were you, anybody else
Where
in
you
the
hurt
car?
Hey. You're back?
Who else is with you in the car? 302. He says his back hurts, but he's up in a pine tree, so no visual injury.
You got any guns or anything on you, man?
Alright, 10-4.
Any weapons?
Car or are you walking him back here?
No, we're
walk
walking back.
This suspect was charged with 1 count of fleeing an officer, 1 count of second-degree recklessly endangering safety, 1 count of operating while intoxicated for the second time, 1 count of possession of THC, 1 count of operating with a revoked license, 1 count of obstructing an officer, and 5 counts of bail jumping, 2 at a misdemeanor level and 3 at a felony level. Due to a plea deal, the suspect was found guilty of fleeing an officer, operating while intoxicating in the second, and obstructing an officer. All other charges were dropped. For this, he was sentenced to 234 days in jail and 3 years of probation. The case, however, took 234 days to go through the court system, and so his jail time was deemed as served at the time of the judgment. For his probation, he is prohibited from possessing or consuming alcohol and will have his Department of Transportation license revoked for 14 months. He will also require an ignition interlock device in his vehicle for 14 months. However, after witnessing the scene of the crash, this driver is lucky to be alive at all.
Yes, good boy.
That's it? That's it?
Yes, good boy. Yes, good boy.
Y'all better off not chasing him. Y'all just doing this shit for shits and giggles. Yeah, y'all doing this for shits and giggles. I was better off not chasing him. Y'all put more people at risk for no reason. Think about it. Think about if he hit somebody, right? He didn't hit nobody, right? But think about if he did hit somebody. Was it really worth it? Don't y'all all, man, I don't know. Especially if y'all know who it is already. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one, yeah. Because if he would have hit somebody, I would have looked at that police department a little, you know, because that car was just upside down. He is lucky to be alive, but But him only had to do, what is it, 238, 234, whatever. 200, less than 240 days in jail is absurd. He ain't even do a whole year in jail. Y'all named off 80 charges. He ain't even do a year. Then you talking about, yeah, he getting out of jail. He gonna have to he can't have a license for a year and 2 months. He don't need certain people don't even need to drive. He don't need a car in general. So that doesn't even hurt him. He probably won't even have enough money. Look, the whole time that he is on that, he probably gonna save up to get a car. So it doesn't matter. If you didn't crash your car, then you get your license revoked. It ain't like you got the money to just get a new one anyway. You gotta wait and save up. And by the time you done saving up, you can that's why I don't get that. That's just me. But another thing, they talking about the ignition lock where you gotta breathe into it for 14 months. Okay. So y'all were like, yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that for 14 months. I don't know. It ain't that hard. I don't know. But hit that like and subscribe button. I'm not finna play with y'all. Hey, we got some more crazy stuff. I wanna know, I gotta see what I got left. Man, my bad for the long intro. My bad for all the swirls and the swiggles. But look, in this video, this dad discovered that his daughter-in-law killed his son. Yeah. Stay tuned, y'all. Hit the like and subscribe button. My bad for that long intro.
Just minutes earlier, his son was found mysteriously shot dead in the driveway of his home. And while his son, Sergeant Tyrone Hassel III, was home for the holidays at his father's house, spending New Year's Eve with his wife and their child.
I heard about her.
His wife, Kamaya, was the one who first found Tyrone outside.
I tell you that this guy, who I think did it to my son, ain't a black person. Would y'all treat him the same way?
Absolutely.
What's the address of the emergency? 911.
I need help. My husband.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
I need help. I need help. My husband was shot. I need help.
Okay, where are you at, ma'am?
I'm at Colfax Avenue.
The story of how Tyrone met his wife goes back about 5 years before this tragedy. Tyrone was starting his second year of college when he decided to join the Army. In 2015, he met Kamaya while they were both serving in the military and stationed at Fort Carson. Their relationship moved fast and quickly became serious. Things became even more serious when Kamaya found out she was pregnant. At the time of Sergeant Hassel's murder, Kamaya, who was 22 years old, and Sergeant Hassel were on block leave from Fort Stewart. Kamaya was working as a truck driver, and Sergeant Hassel was serving as a wheel mechanic.
A long time ago, Daddy, if I go to jail, somebody frame me. My son walked a straight line his entire life.
After speaking with people close to him, police learned that Tyrone didn't have any known enemies, nothing that would explain something like this. They then began carefully processing the scene. There was blood on the truck and blood across the driveway. Multiple shell casings were also found, scattered around where Tyrone had fallen.
There's one, two, three.
Hey.
And then number 4 is right there.
The first thing police suspected was that this may have been a robbery.
I don't know, man. If he in the military, she's sitting at home, man, I don't know. You know how that go. You get money when your spouse die, etc., etc.
Gone wrong.
I'm
But
not saying
Sergeant
that's what
Hassel still
happened,
had his
but
money, his phone, and his car keys on him, so that possibility was quickly ruled out.
Dude, you that bull.
It didn't take long for the next lead to come directly from Tyrone Hassel Jr. himself.
the wife.
He started going through social media, carefully reviewing posts on Facebook to see if anything could point to who might be responsible for the crime. When he came across something that seemed suspicious, he immediately went to the police department to report it.
If I tell you that this guy, who I think did it to my son, ain't a black person, that he's not a black person, would y'all treat him the same way?
Absolutely.
I think I know who did this to my son.
He believed the killer might have actually been looking for Tyrone's stepbrother, who at the time was dealing with some personal conflicts with other people. Because of that, police considered the possibility that this was a targeted hit meant for the stepbrother, a case of mistaken identity that tragically...
That's what you're thinking?
You know
Yep.
my stepson.
Yeah.
He's into a bunch of
Oh, we know.
Police interviewed Tyrone's they could, and it took about a week to interview everyone involved. But once again, it went nowhere. As the investigation continued, the evidence police gathered made one thing clear: the stepbrother was not involved. There was no indication that he, or anyone he had issues with, played any role in the shooting. On top of that, his appearance was very different. He had long dreadlocks down to his shoulders, making a case of mistaken identity with Tyrone highly unlikely. In cases like this, when police don't have an initial suspect, they're forced to follow every possible lead. After that, police began receiving a large number of tips from the community. In several of those tips, callers said Tyrone had been seen in the roller rink area, where he was involved in a verbal confrontation with another person. Detectives then located Tyrone's friend, Dylan. They brought him to the police station to talk in more detail about what had happened and see if it could be connected to the shooting.
What did you see there?
We got there, when we see him, I'm speaking, he just give us an odd look, and then like, Tyrone cut out early.
So this drama dude was on Apple Street too?
Yeah.
Wherever that was?
Yeah, he just like give off this vibe.
He mentioned that there had been a verbal altercation with a guy known by the street name Drama. Investigators decided to follow up on that lead to see if it had any connection to Tyrone's murder.
So the reason I'm here, you were at the roller rink Sunday night with Ty. So
the vehicle was described as a black four-door car that had backed into the driveway of a vacant house that was listed for sale. Detectives were able to get a license plate reader hit on that vehicle, tracking it as it passed through Illinois toll booths captured on surveillance cameras. That plate came back to someone in the U.S. military, serving in the same battalion as Sergeant Tyrone Hassel III.
Wow.
The owner was identified as Jeremy Cuellar, a member of the same squad as Tyrone. Using the license plate data, investigators were able to place his vehicle near the scene of the crime on the day of the shooting. For the first time, the investigation was starting to show real progress, and police finally had a name. Before detectives spoke directly with Jeremy, they immediately contacted investigators at Fort Stewart working with the U.S. Army. Army investigators began going through the platoons connected to the case and interviewed several service members. One of them was Sergeant Bacon. He had personal first-hand knowledge of Jeremy Cuellar and Kamaya Hassel, information that would quickly become critical to the case.
I'll help you with that. So they were all in Korea, and that's where it started. He and the girl had a relationship going on, and that the guy that died had said something to him, so they had words. And then he had threatened him.
The relationship between Jeremy and Tyrone's wife turns out to be a crucial piece of the puzzle. It adds real weight to the motive and helps explain why certain things may have happened. Once Kamaya's name comes into the picture, police have no choice but to focus on her next. A turn in the case that would shock everyone. But detectives still need the full story. Was Kamaya being stalked by Jeremy, with him becoming obsessed and ultimately deciding to eliminate what he saw as his rival? Or was she actually part of it, aware of... Often suspects won't say much to the police, but when she confessed during the interrogation, almost everything she talked about was about herself, how things affected her, why it had to be done, and how calculated it all was.
You know, you said you feel about as responsible as Jeremy is. I mean, would you say this is a 50-50 you guys were on this?
Okay. Because I know all about it, and
like I said, I probably could have stopped it, but the reason that I didn't because I felt like he would, you know, be mad at me or...
And not love you anymore?
Yeah, because I just felt like I wasn't getting that love at home like I wanted to.
Without a doubt, she's one of the coldest people you could ever come across in any true crime story. At the same time, during the investigation, the mounting evidence against Kamaya was overwhelming. Her confession made it clear this was a planned and premeditated act, and that Jeremy had come up from Illinois to carry out the homicide. Kamaya wanted her husband dead because she felt he wasn't taking care of her properly. She believed she was overburdened and had too much responsibility. Her narcissistic traits became even more apparent during one police interview when she was asked if Sergeant Hassel had life insurance. She casually mentioned she would receive $400,000 from the Army after his death. The financial motive was clearly a factor in the crime, but what really happened that night was that Tyrone was actually bringing food back for her and their one-year-old son when the hit occurred. Kamaya was at least as involved, if not more so, than Jeremy. He was just happy to be the one pulling the trigger. In the end, August 29th, 2019, about 8 months after Tyrone's killing, she was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. She will never see freedom again. Jeremy also pleaded guilty to second-degree murder on July 30th, 2019, and was sentenced to 65 years in prison. With his earliest eligibility for parole at age 90, it's extremely unlikely he will ever get out. He later tried to withdraw his plea, but the Michigan Supreme Court refused to hear his case in 2021.
I could tell by the way you look, man, you want me to burn in hell, sir. And I understand that. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I really hope you can forgive me. You know what I'm saying? I know it's gonna take forever, or you might not. But you know, I really hope you can.
Man, I don't know why that grandpa ain't got the baby. Not gonna lie to you. I don't know why that grandpa don't got the baby. But yeah, y'all. Gotta watch out for these people, man. She was saying, I love you, I want to be with you. We married, all that. And she still stabbed him in the back. As quick as possible. Just for some money. She wanted that $400,000. Didn't even use her brain. She like, ooh, I want him. I like the way he look. I like that he look like this. I like that he say this to me. I like the way he talk to me. It just you brain dead. Just and he knew he fucked up. He knew he was dumb. That's why he looking like that. Like he knew for a fact he was dumb. So that's what come with marriage, huh? Military marriage. For the people who claim they single, but they really not. For real, that I don't know. I don't know, cause like why? Trying to kill somebody for their life insurance policy is crazy. Like, I don't understand that one. I'm gonna marry him. Oh, I like him more. So instead of me divorcing him, I'm gonna have him kill him, and then we're gonna live forever after. Like, that shit hurt my brain. But this just goes far to prove the theory. Y'all wanna know the theory of females? I'm finna tell y'all something like the theory of females, and it's kind of crazy, but so back in the day, or back in war times, everybody going to war in the world, right? So if you go to war and then your village get conquered, right? All the females who didn't like obey and like fall in line got killed. So now you going around just getting a bunch of them who just want to obey and all that. Boom. And it's weird. Look, it's weird because like, so the men that come through kill all the soldiers, kidnap the females. So, and a lot of the females were falling in love with the soldiers or the people who killed their husbands. Yep. A lot of females will fall in love with the man who killed their husband. I don't know why, but yes. If he is not just sitting in jail and he is around you all the time, yes. I don't. And that's why. Because during war times, it makes sense, don't it? If you're going to fight and be aggressive, boom. What do you do to because they treat people like animals. Everybody don't know. They treat people like animals. So if you in war, they're going to treat you like an animal. So what happened to aggressive animals? What happened to the nice animals? Okay, go ahead. I digress. Y'all put two and two together. But yeah, this right here, that ain't love. RP to him, man. RP to Tyrone. 'Cause nah. Yeah, they did all that just to go to jail with no money. Crazy, right? Yeah, hit that like and subscribe button. That's what people do though. What people do though. They do all that just to end up in jail, broke, with nothing. Okay. What's this? I guess I want to watch this.
Hi, I'm calling.
I want to watch this. I don't even lie. So they said one of these police officers actually recorded something shocking. I'm shocked that a police officer will record something that's just so crazy in the world. Hit that like and subscribe button. Shout out to Evil.
Hi, I'm calling in Thomas and Dexter Avenue North. I think somebody's dead.
Nah, that is
So,
shocking.
I believe it's going to be Carr versus Ped, and they're doing CPR. I'm sorry, Fire, I don't have more for you, but it just occurred, and I believe the officer's involved.
She was 26 anyway. She had limited value.
Were you aware that it was being recorded?
No, I was not.
When police received disturbing information in reference to a potential overdose, a race.
I know about this police officer, but once again, I haven't seen all these POVs. They be having different POVs. Hit that like and subscribe button so y'all can see what a crooked police officer looks like. And they think they above the world and straight look at us like we straight civilians.
To the scene will trigger a sequence of shocking tragedies. On January 23, 2022 at 8 p.m., Seattle police dispatchers receive a call that will set in motion a night of both madness and scandal.
It's hard to think.
Okay, that happens. All right, well, just try to relax and think with me. Have you done cocaine before?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think you've overdosed on it?
I think so, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to get you some help, all right?
Okay.
So stand by.
Can I have your name, please?
No.
Just so we know who we're looking for. We're getting some assistance to you as quick as we can right now.
You can call me Alex.
Alex? Did you want to give your last name?
No, I'm okay. I'm just kind of freaking out right now.
First responders and a medic team are quickly dispatched to Alex's location, 6th Street North, downtown. First en route is Officer Kevin Dave, who speeds into action in his single-officer cruiser. A fire and medical team prepare to meet him on 6th Street. Officer Dave swerves his police SUV through downtown traffic, flashing his lights and blasting his siren to warn oncoming traffic and pedestrians. In overdose cases, every moment counts. He's approaching the intersection of Dexter Street and Thomas Street, a two-lane road with a bike lane and a construction site obscuring a portion of the sidewalk from view. Officer Dave speeds through this 25-mile-per-hour zone when the catastrophic happens. Some of the following footage has been redacted out of respect for the victim.
Please slow down. He drives too fast.
3 Mary 2, started supervisor, start fire for a struck pedestrian.
Off-screen, Officer Dave quickly jumps out of his vehicle and dashes out into Dexter Street. Moments later, we hear the unmistakable sounds of emergency CPR. Tragically, a pedestrian had been struck.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Despite Dave's persistent CPR, the pedestrian remains unresponsive.
At 30, pause. 4, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That don't make no sense.
You all right? No, I'm not all right.
Dave soon notifies dispatch, and a squadron of police cruisers and ambulances descend on the scene to assist.
So someone's doing CPR, Dexter, North, and Thomas. I'm sorry, Fire, I don't have more for you, but it just occurred, and I believe the officer's involved.
So the officer may be involved.
The officer's not hurt, though.
By now, Alex has been given proper medical assistance, and all attention has shifted to the tragedy unfolding in downtown Seattle. Dispatchers are now receiving calls from eyewitnesses who will prove a crucial role in the investigation that will come later.
Was it like a vehicle hit a pedestrian? What happened?
Correct. They're doing CPR right now. The person was crossing the road, and I think police were going fast, so they hit them.
Hold on.
I'm not sure if there's anything I need to do. There's 2 police officers here, and I think there's another one coming right now.
Officer Dave's colleagues comfort him as he describes what went down.
I was on the crosswalk. She saw me. She started running through the crosswalk. Slammed on my brakes. Instead of staying back where she should before crossing.
5, 6, 7.
The same cannot be said for the young woman lying unresponsive in the street, a 23-year-old grad student. Despite medics' best attempts, she passes away after being transported to the hospital.
Yeah, Dave, you okay? Physically?
No medical issue.
No medical issues.
Okay. I'm not going to ask any questions, but I just don't want you to know that I'm here for you. That we're going to get you everything that you need, okay? Okay? All right, man.
Dave should have slowed down
While
a
the
little
true
bit.
intentions behind the officer's assertion that he won't ask questions is unknown, it's possible he's trying to protect Officer Dave. Clearly, body cameras are rolling and documenting the conversation. There are also labor and department policies involved in these types of situations. Some agencies won't allow a responding officer to question an involved officer and require an internal group or external law enforcement agency to do so. One important purpose of this type of policy is to maintain impartiality. Many police are represented by unions, and it's possible that it could be against union rules for officers to question each other without the presence of a union representative, counsel, or both. As stated, the specifics of this particular incident are unknown, and these are a few of the potential reasons the officer has stated that he won't question Officer Dave. Photos of the aftermath were taken, and evidence was tagged and inventoried. Officer Dave's cruiser, a Ford Police Interceptor, had sustained heavy damage to its front push bar, passenger side headlights, and minor cracks to its front windshield. Debris was scattered across the cold Seattle pavement. 2 AirPods were found, presumably ejected from the pedestrian's ears at the moment of contact. Bodycam footage from Officer Dave's cruiser was inventoried and sent to the police archive to be reviewed during a pending internal investigation. Another police bodycam would later elevate this freak accident to the level of international scandal. Several witnesses later told what they saw from where they stood on the sidewalk that fateful night.
I was trailing behind them. We changed sides of the street to avoid a construction zone. They were ahead of me. They were crossing the street. We heard a siren. I heard a siren. I would presume the pedestrian also heard a siren. I observed them beginning to run, presumably to exit the roadway as they heard a siren approaching. And then I heard a loud thump, and I observed the police officer come to a halt. I was not far behind them, so I was coming into view of Dexter Street.
It was very quick.
You saw the collision. What happened after that?
So
New
that
subscriber alert.
person kind of got kicked by the car into the air, and they flew in the air about 10
New
meters
subscriber
in the
alert.
northbound direction.
Certain factors were suspected to have contributed to the deadly collision. A construction site leading
Yeah,
up the
RIP
east of
to her,
Dexter
yeah.
Street significantly obscured driver vision, and a partly see-through metal chain fence led out to the edge of the road. Orange construction barricades also partially obstructed view of the intersection from afar. The pedestrian was evidently already walking outside the crosswalk when Officer Dave began to approach in his cruiser. She was possibly wearing AirPods that could have made hearing police sirens difficult.
He should have
Later
slowed down.
analysis of the footage revealed that Officer Dave had performed proper collision avoidance, braking, and emergency steering to the center of the street. He'd initiated his siren appropriately moments before the collision. Unfortunately, the Ford Cruiser was too powerful to be slowed by a short period of braking, and the steering didn't effectively change the direction. Officer Dave is sent to the West Precinct and is met by Officer Daniel Otterer from the DUI squad, whose duties include investigating drivers for signs of impairment. It's protocol to have drivers evaluated in serious injury or fatality collisions. After completing his testing of Officer Dave, Officer Otterer concludes that Dave has exhibited no signs of impairment and is safe to operate a motor vehicle. Weeks later, police archivists were routinely going over Bodycam footage to prepare for internal review and analysis. In the process, they stumbled on a potentially problematic piece of audio captured by Officer Otterer's Bodycam immediately following his session with Officer Dave. The Bodycam had recorded Officer Otterer's side of a phone conversation with Mike Solon, the president of the Seattle Police Officers Guild.
Yeah, totally. All right, brother. Well, yep. I'm sure TCIS is. And he was good. He says, well, normally we don't give voluntary statements. And I said, hey, you're going to have to decide if you wanted to give a statement or not. But it does not seem like there's a criminal investigation going on. Yeah, I mean, he's going 50. That's not out of control. That's not reckless for a trained driver. Yeah, lights and sirens. Yeah, well, there's some. Initially, he said she was in a crosswalk. There's a witness that says no, she wasn't.
Unfortunately, witness statements aren't always reliable. Clearly, the victim was in the crosswalk at the time of impact.
But that witness could be different because I don't think she was thrown 40 feet either. I think she went up on the hood, hit the windshield, then when he hit the brakes, flew off the car. But she is dead.
Oh, y'all, they crooked.
No, it's a regular person.
Like they above us. Police officer.
Yeah, just write a check.
You know.
Just $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value.
Apparently, Daniel was unaware that his body cam was still recording. Through extensive police.
Told y'all this how police. People always be thinking I'm lying when I say this how police think of regular people. If they think you're a civilian, they don't care about you. They don't care about you. Think about this. Like in your state, like if in your state, unless you live in Georgia or Arkansas or like some parts of Tennessee, your police department literally a mess with you every day. But when it comes to a car that they know they can't catch, they let that car speed right past. Why? They can't catch it. They're going, oh, that's a Hellcat Chrysler. Okay, I'm not even going to. He's doing 90. They let them cars just drive right past. But you and your little regular Toyota, your little regular Mazda, Kia, Chevy, you know, Lincoln, all that. Like, come on. That's the crazy part. They treat you like you nothing. They treat you like you nothing. The only people police really respect on the road is criminals. Like, look, and I'm finna tell you why. Cause it's like everybody respect their enemy to a certain degree. Depending, not all enemies, but police have a lot of enemies. You don't think they respect some of the criminals? Like, you know what? You were really smart. Like, this, like, we really shouldn't have caught you, or, you know, you'll understand. You will
This
understand.
analysis, it was determined that Officer Dave had been going upwards of 70 miles per hour and that the pedestrian had been flung nearly 140 feet. The body cam video was
140
brought to
feet.
light, allegedly by a leak to the media, and complaints from outraged citizens began pouring in. It turns out that Daniel Otterer's duties went beyond those of the DUI force. He also served as vice president for the Seattle Police Officers Guild. With pressure mounting, the Police Officers Guild issued a press release addressing the alleged misconduct. In it, they claimed that Officer Otterer's comments had been taken out of context. Within days, the Office of Police Accountability had received a complaint that alleged Officer Otterer had violated department policy. Officer Otterer initially requested a rapid adjudication, a mechanism of the police bureaucracy that would waive a full investigation in exchange for minor discipline. But his request was denied. Officer Otterer and Union President Solon were both promptly brought in to give official statements. They were interviewed by Sergeant Corey George of Seattle's Office of Police Accountability, a police task force that works to ensure professionalism and safeguard against unethical or inappropriate police behavior.
Your body-worn video captured a conversation between yourself and Officer Solon. Can you explain the content and context of the phone call?
I was finished and I was heading home. And we were talking about, because I had very limited information on scene, so I was telling what I kind of knew at the time, and those details always change during the course of an investigation. Officer Solon was talking about what could anybody do? What can anybody say about this? And that was kind of the context of the conversation. I remember earlier in the conversation where we spoke about, boy, it never stops. It's always something happening. We were talking about that. And then this was a conversation about maybe things we knew at the time, and then this is awful. What can attorneys possibly say about that? And that was the end of the conversation.
So look, just think about this. I want y'all to just listen to him talk and listen, like just remember how they talk on traffic stops, how they talk to people on traffic stops before they start getting mad and snapping. Y'all like, he got mad for no reason. This is stuff I noticed. I'm like, bro, he is lying. He is lying. Yes, the one, I don't think, look,
Were you aware that it was being recorded?
No, I was not.
It has been alleged that you violated SPD Policy Manual Section 5.001, Standards and Duties, subsection 10, employees shall strive to be professional. What is your understanding of this policy section?
I understand it very well. You don't want to do anything that could potentially diminish trust in the police department, cast doubt on an investigation, or cause a problem where the police department might have to explain something.
Do you believe that you violated this policy?
I did not violate that policy. It was a private conversation in a car alone that just happened to be recorded by my camera turning on, probably when I made a U-turn, or another car could have simply passed by.
Next came Mike Solon, Daniel's boss and good friend.
At one point, Officer Otterer says she's dead and begins laughing shortly thereafter. Do you recall what you said to Officer Otterer to make him laugh?
I remarked on how he commented on how fast the officer was traveling and how she unfortunately was struck by the police vehicle and how that she hit the windshield of the vehicle. And I was remarking that she was more than likely dead instantly, which was a tragedy. And I said that the city is going to have to pay out a lot of money on this one. And that was the context of the conversation.
At one point, Officer Otterer mentions just write a check. Then he laughs for a few seconds and says $11,000. She was 26 anyways. She had limited value. Do you recall what you stated to Officer Otterer to have him elicit that response?
Well, it was remarking on how the city is going to have to pay out a ton of money to the family in this tragic situation. And then how can the city, lawyers in general, speaking and negotiating on the city's behalf with the family, how do you put a price tag on human life? And that was the crux of the conversation.
Okay. So you don't believe that any of the laughing was making light of the situation or laughing at the fact that somebody had died?
I think without context, just hearing the audio, which was unfortunately captured in a private phone call, you could have that as a reasonable takeaway. Police officers, we deal with tragedy almost on a daily basis. And we're human beings just like the next person. But we have to process these in a manner that allows us to go to that next tragic event. And humor and sarcasm is used for us as a coping mechanism.
In response to the events, the Seattle Police Department announced on September 28, 2023, that Officer Daniel Otterer would be reassigned to a non-operational position. Records show that over his 12 years on the police force, he had been investigated dozens of times for various incidents. The victim, Janavi Kandula, was 23 years old and a graduate student when she met her tragic death on Dexter Street. In September of 2023, Northeastern University in Washington elected to award their mourned student a posthumous degree. The King County Prosecuting Attorney's Office is currently conducting a criminal review of the crash.
Yeah. People wonder why
Citizens began pouring.
He had limited value anyway.
At the time of impact.
But that witness could be different because I don't think she was thrown 40 feet either. I think she went up on the hood, hit the windshield, then when he hit the brakes, flew off the car. But
yeah, it wasn't the one who was driving, no. Cause he couldn't have been able to drive home to his car because clearly they're gonna take it in for a crime scene. His windshield messed up, so it's, his car is undrivable by police standards. Probably undrivable in general, but yeah, how far? Police. That's why I don't like the police. They crooked. Like I just said, she had limited value. Like what? Okay, don't worry about it. Not worry about it. And they just laughed about it. Yeah. All they did was just sit right there and laugh about it. What y'all think about that? Hit that like and subscribe button. I'm finna go ahead and get up out here. Cause I don't want no crooked police to come get me, man. But RP to her, man. RP to her, y'all. That was him. But that was I wouldn't put it past it. I wouldn't put it past it. I would not put it past it. Police are crooked. They are very, very crooked. Yeah, have a good day, everybody. I'll see y'all later, man. Yeah. Watch out for these police. Nah, for real. I'm being for real. Because they will play with you and they'll pull you over every day and they will harass you. Don't think just because you ain't got pulled over ever in your life it won't happen. Because it'll happen 80 times. You will get pulled over once, then twice, then 3, 4, 10, 20, and it's going to happen in 1 month. You better